40-acre wildfire in Hainesport, New Jersey is 75% contained. Matter of fact, let's just go to the video. Fair use, fair use.
Developing this morning, a wildfire continues to burn near homes in Burlington County, New Jersey, but firefighters now say those structures are no longer threatened. At last check, the fire was 20% contained and not expected to grow as crews established a containment line right behind those homes. Action News reporter Catherine Scott is live near the wildfire in Hainesport with the latest. Catherine.
Matt, you don't see any flames from where we're standing, but you can see that it's very smoky in this area. The latest update from authorities is that there are no evacuations and no structures are currently threatened.
It's a wooded area here, and somehow the woods basically caught on fire, and the fire companies are doing some backburns here to try to contain it.
Last night, you could see fire crews.
My man just looked like he over it. He like, man, I'm retired. I worked 37 years. I put 4 kids through school. And now this want to happen? Not on my dime. I got to go tell it on the mountain. Oh, it is in everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain. There wildfires trying to fuck my shit up. Trying to fuck my retirement up.
Crews in Hainesport establishing a containment line directly behind homes in the area. This 40-acre wildfire broke out last night in the area of Bancroft Lane.
Matter of fact, this is what my man is over here trying to do. This is exactly what my man's over here trying to do.
All I'm saying, you gotta enjoy your motherfucking life. That's all the fuck I'm saying. Enjoy your goddamn life. Life is fucking short. Enjoy that shit. There is a chemical that's called bucket. And if you can just get that in your system, it can change your life.
He got that chemical called fuck it in his system, and he like, this messing up my peace, my quiet, and my freedom.
Of court. As of last update from the New Jersey State Forest Fire Service, no structures were threatened, down from 20, and the fire was 20% contained and not expected to grow. Hopefully there is progress overnight. We're in the midst of a record-breaking dry spell in New Jersey and across the Northeast, with wildfires breaking out across the Garden State. A drought warning in New Jersey was declared last week. Authorities say there was a lot of debris back in the woods that will continue to feed this fire. The hope is that rain stays in the forecast for tomorrow night.
Fortunately, it looks like we have rain in the forecast coming Wednesday night into Thursday. That's what it's going to take to put this fire out. There's a lot of debris. This area hasn't burned in quite a long time, so there's quite a bit of debris on the ground there that's just going to continue to be consumed.
You can just tell that everything's so dry. It's like any spark.
Hey, my man's right there. Oh, Belichick face ninja. Oh, androgynous, looking like you could be a board dagger in a face ninja. Hainesport, New Jersey. I never heard of that, but it's, let's see where it is. Let's see on the map. Backpack. Where is Hainesport, New Jersey located? Is this it? This it? That's it. All right, so looks like it's about 30 minutes away from Philly. How far away is it from Newark? Where's Newark? There's Trenton. That's the capital. There it goes right there. Newark is right here. That's the airport. Jersey City. Interesting. Where are we? Why is that going? Why is he there?
Would create the fire, so I think we all have to be careful.
And the cause of the fire remains under investigation. We're live in Hainesport. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
Thank you, Catherine. The New Jersey Forest Fire Service is battling another wildfire in Lakewood, Ocean County. At least 33 acres have burned near Pine Park and the Lakewood Country Club, though the flames are not threatening any buildings there. Crews had the fire 20% contained. Another update.
Let's see where Lakewood, New Jersey is. Lakewood, New Jersey. Got these wildfires going crazy out there. Lakewood, highlight my text so I can look up Lakewood, New Jersey. Yeah. So that's more towards the Atlantic Ocean. Lakewood, New Jersey. All right. So we're going to get into why wildfires have been erupting across the East Coast this fall. So not only in New Jersey, but we have Delaware that has reported their driest October on record this year. Authorities in multiple states across the Northeast have battled wildfires Monday as conditions remain ripe for blazes to erupt and spread quickly, despite some areas receiving their first rainfall in over a month. In New Jersey, firefighters fought the Jennings Creek wildfire raging along the New Jersey-New York border, which have grown to 3,500 acres and was 20% contained. Yeah. So that's like 60 acres that were saved. Sheesh. Or at least contained. That's pretty big. Over the weekend, New York State Parks worker Daryl Vasquez, 18, was killed by a fallen tree while he was battling flames in Sterling Forest in Orange County. Fire was one of several that burned throughout the weekend in New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut. The result of historically dry conditions across the region that were only slightly improved by the quarter-inch of rain that fell Sunday night into Monday. Here's what to know about wildfires, their causes, and whether more rain is forecast. Why are there wildfires in the Northeast? The Northeast experiences wildfires every fall season, so this is not something out the norm. And the majority of blazes are attributed to human causes. As we go on with this topic, you will soon come to understand that wildfires are a majority. The majority. Us humanoids, some of us humanoids being schizoids, fault. Such as reasons being campfires, burning debris, and cigarettes. However, the concern this year is a record-setting dry spell that is fueling a sharp rise in wildfires and their explosive growth. The Northeast, like the vast majority of the country, is suffering from abnormally dry conditions, and many states are experiencing severe and extreme drought, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. What states and cities have gone without measurable rain? So New York City being one, where they've only experienced 0.17 inches of rain since late September. New Jersey. As of Friday, Trenton has gone 41 days without measurable rain. The prior record was 36. days in fall of 1924. Newark has gone 40 days without measurable rainfall, flying past previous record of 26 days set in the spring of 1949. Philly. Philly. I need a Philly steak. Philly. I don't need to make a mistake. Philly. I need a Philly steak. Cheesesteak. Sauteed onions. Don't make a mistake. 40 days without rain, breaking the record of 29 days set in 1874. Both New Jersey and Delaware reported their driest October on record this year. Are wildfires common in the Northeast? Wildfires torch thousands of acres of land in Northeast states each year, though they are most common in the spring. In New Jersey, 1,500 wildfires damage or destroy 7,000 acres of forest annually, according to the state's Forest Fire Service. So even though the high season for wildfires is spring, leaves in the fall months add extra fuel and lead to more blazes, especially when the region is expecting unusually dry conditions. In New York, where thousands of acres of land are engulfed in wildfires each year, the state says that 47% of all wildfires occur from March 15th to May 15th. About 15 wildland fires are reported each October in Massachusetts. This year, the month's total reached 200. Goodness gracious. That is a 2,100% spike increase. Just last week, Massachusetts raised the drought level to significant and critical throughout the state. Fire authorities reported on Saturday that firefighters were battling at least 175 blazes. What regions have been under alerts or warnings about wildfire risk? Areas from D.C. to New England, so Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, Connecticut. Well, yeah, Connecticut, you could say is part of that. New York, New Jersey. There were red flag warnings in place for, of course, like I said, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, as strong winds, relatively low humidity, and dry conditions endure. And also, most of these warnings had expired by Sunday night, but officials urged residents to not let their guard down and to exercise caution with potential ignition sources such as machinery, cigarettes, or matches. When will the drought end in the Northwest? It's unlikely more rain will alleviate the widespread dry conditions across the Northeast. Storms are forecast to barrel through the region over the next 2 weeks, potentially bringing rain to New York and southern New England. However, the showers will be limited and are not projected to soak the dry soil for any meaningful period of time. While that more active pattern will bring some opportunities for rain this week, it does not guarantee that every spot will get enough rain to keep the fire potential at bay. Some locations could go at least a full week without a drop of rain. Once again, wildfires can start from both natural and human causes. While only 10 to 15% of wildfires occur naturally, the majority, about 85 to 90% are ignited by human activities such as unattended campfires, discarded Siggy boy, he just can't get enough. Siggy boy, Siggy girl, she just can't get enough. Cigarettes and arson. For a wildfire to ignite, 3 components must be present: fuel, like dry grass or trees, heat from a spark, and oxygen. So once again, we're going to run through it once again. This article comes to us by way Western Fire Chiefs Association. Wildfire 101. What is a wildfire? We're going to do it again because I don't want any of the lighters to lose any of their stuff, to lose life, valuables, peace, quiet, freedom because of a wildfire that could have been prevented. Like it said, human causes are the majority of these wildfires. Now, in this case, the reason why it was brought to my attention is that this year has been one of the driest years on record in the Northeast. But it's something that everybody should still have an idea of what's going on. A wildfire, well, we know, I'm here, might as well. A wildfire is any unplanned or uncontrolled fire that burns in a natural area such as a forest or grassland. Wildfires typically start in a natural or rural areas, but they can occur anywhere and may spread to more populated areas, threatening homes and human communities. Okay, and then what's this? And okay. I don't need that. All right. How do wildfires start? I mean, we just talked about that. Other ways that wildfires can start, of course, natural phenomena such as lightning strikes or volcanoes, human activities, equipment or vehicle malfunctions, all ways that wildfires can get started and go up. How do wildfires spread? It just depends on weather conditions and the environment. They can spread rapidly or leave devastation in its wake. We already know what a wildfire needs: fuel, oxygen, and and a spark. Don't let there be a drought. High temperatures and high winds are going to all make it larger, hotter, faster, spread wider. And another thing too, topograph. Oh man, goodness gracious! Y'all already know I'm gonna butcher words. Oh man, this word right here. Topographic. Hold on. See now I'm invested. Now I'm invested. Topography. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Nope.
Topography.
Topography can play a role too. Wildfires tend to spread faster uphill than downhill because heat rises. So a fire heading uphill will dry out and preheat the vegetation ahead of it. Are wildfires sometimes necessary? There are a number of species that have evolved to depend on wildfires for their continued survival. Some tree cones need to be heated to release their seeds. Other plants like scrub oak rely on fire to germinate their seeds. Interesting. Wildfires that do not burn for too long keep ecosystems healthy by killing insects and diseases that harm plant life. At low intensities, wildfires can help to clear the forest floor and canopy to allow sunlight to reach the ground as well as add nutrients to the soil. Both of these factors allow new plant life to flourish. Where do wildfires happen? According to European Space Agency, fire affects an estimated 4 million square kilometers of the Earth's land each year, about half the size of the United States. Goodness gracious, that's wild. That is a lot of land. The wildfires occur all over the world, forested areas, grasslands, and shrublands in places such as the United States, Canada, Australia, Western Cape of South Africa, and Southern Europe. California and other western states of the U.S. are particularly prone to wildfires. The region's vegetation, pine needles, dry shrubs, and grass are more flammable than forests in other parts of the country where moisture trees such as maple and beech are found. The mild and dry climate in the western U.S. is also conducive to fires. California experiences long, hot, and dry summers, which parches the vegetation, making it vulnerable to wildfire. When it's wildfire season, prime time for wildfire depends on summer temperatures, rainfall, and wind in California. Most fires have historically occurred between May and October. However, recent data has shown that the season is lengthening, with wildfires starting earlier in the year and lasting well into the fall and winter months. The longer fire season is attributed to climate change, which has a significant impact on the prevalence of fires around the world. Changes in climate are creating drier, warmer seasons, blah, blah, blah. And where are wildfires most common? In the U.S., Alaska, Arizona, California, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, New Mexico, Nevada, Oregon, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming suffer from the largest and most destructive wildfires. In 2021, just over 20,000 wildfires burned approximately 6.2 million acres in the West, compared with over 35,000 fires that burned just under 1.1 million acres in the East. In recent decades, California has experienced some of the largest and most destructive wildfires in U.S. history. The summer of 2020 was the worst fire season on record. A total of 10,431 fires occurred, causing more than 4 million acres to burn. The largest wildfire in the country in 2020 was the August Complex Fire. And like we've already pretty much talked about, Massachusetts has fires as well. Philly has fires as well. Everywhere. We pretty much beat down on the topic and all the causes of wildfires. That happen not only in the country but also in the world.